Hey guys, the boy from Tennis House. Yes, it can be very frustrating to return, especially if you have a great day of serving and you cannot break your opponent's serve. So many league players at the beginner intermediate level come to me and they're frustrated, right? So they're frustrated because they cannot hit those easy returns back with the low pace serves. I'm not talking about the fast serves, that's a different story, but they're struggling with it. And I'll give you 3 tips today in order to change it. The first thing is the court positioning where you're standing. So if your opponent serves weak, like I mentioned right now, it doesn't help you to stand behind the baseline. That's the first thing. You're not getting hurt from the serve, you closing in. I'm talking about almost halfway between the baseline and the service line. It depends all on you. So, but I would definitely go inside the court. So now you're closer to the other side and the ball travels a little bit shorter. It's easier to get that ball in. Super easy. On the other side, your opponent might have a great day and serve those bombs. And you standing on that line here, it's not going to help you, even if you stand back, right? Sometimes we catch ourselves standing too close on fast serves. Try out to go further back. You have all the way back. Just try out to go further back. That buys you a little bit of time to return. So play a little bit around with that. See if the return already gets a little bit more in. If on the slower serves you move in, on the faster serves you move back. There will be some players who are comfortable standing on the line, even on the first serve, and return it well, but that's most of the time those advanced players. All right, so the second thing, you need to make sure that you have a compact backswing. And we're talking about the distance earlier, so if you are inside the court, you need to make sure that you put pressure on your opponent and keep the swing a little bit more compact. It's not like a regular ground stroke. Even on that slow ball, you don't want to go up like this and hit that ball on the return. So most of the times, there's a pattern on the return. You step in, you split, and then if the regular take back is above head level or head level, you want to take back the racket about chest level and it stays still within your vision. So you don't want to take it too far back right here. Same on the back inside. You go in, let's do it this way. You go in and split, and then you want to take back the racket about like belly button high, chest level. You don't want to have it high anymore because then you might get jammed or just mistime the return. All right, so very important that the take back is adjusted to the serve that's coming. But for sure, you don't want to have this big loopy swing on the return. That ain't gonna help you when you go to return. And one more bonus tip before we go to tip number 3 is you need to determine how you wait for that ball. So the bottom hand is like crucial. So I'm a one-handed player, I like to have an Eastern grip on the bottom hand. So when I split step, I'm good to go on that forehand side. And when I split step, I just have to turn my racket a little bit and I can hit a pretty decent return on the backhand side for my one-hander. But many two-handed players have the bottom hand anywhere from semi-western to strong eastern, even to continental. So you have to see what's your preference and you have to try it out as well. And the top hand most of the times is pretty neutral. Sometimes it's a little bit more to a left-handed eastern on top, but it depends. It's all preference, as I said. I like to keep my top hand neutral and the bottom hand semi-western or strong eastern. So when they go in, they split. They have that semi-western grip on the bottom, easy on the forehand side, and then when they go in, they split. Here they just have the little turn, and then they go in. So that's another thing you have to keep in consideration when you go out and return. But consistency is key, so you need to make sure you're consistent with that. All right, guys, and the third thing is the momentum, the stepping into the ball when you return. So there's always a sequence that looks almost the same. So you have 2 options to do that. One is like you go forward with your left leg, you split, load the outside leg and hit. That's one of them. And the other one is, like Novak likes to do. He likes to stay right there, forward, and then he hits. All right, guys, as I said on the return, it is crucial that you have that first step in and split, turn, and hit. So right before your opponent serves the ball, and right before the ball hits the strings, you step in, and when you land here, the ball is coming right off your opponent's racket. And then you turn, compact, and you step in and hit it. So very important in order to have a good return.